There we go.
There you go. Okay,
You want to move?
No, I'm good.
Entering Cibola National Forest.
Good morning, everyone. We're going to get moving here. My name's Cole. I'll be your cabin operator on the way up. So if you got any questions along the way, just let me know. I'll be happy to talk about anything, you guys please. And I'll point out some things here in the National Forest as well as we go. Once we cross this parking lot, we've left Albuquerque. We'll be in the Cibola National Forest for the rest of our trip to the top of the mountain. We're starting out at 6,500 feet, headed all the way up to 10,300 feet in the air, with a temperature difference of around 20 degrees. So it'll be nice and cool up there this afternoon. We'll keep getting cooler and cooler as we go.
Can we go back?
We're gonna pick up to 15 miles an hour now. It'll be a 15-minute trip to the crest. Here we go.
15 minutes trip.
So he's okay. He's gotta have this.
So they're gonna go back and finish the crest.
Yeah.
Is that real? Did they call it out online?
Well, no, you told not to.
So no, this will be the top of the mountain. It won't quite be the highest point on the mountain. One of them will be South Peak on the crest, and the other one there's a North Peak, about 200 feet taller. But other than that, we'll be at the top of the mountain.
Is that it?
That's what I was telling you, yes.
But you started off that day.
Most of the snowfall is on the back though.
The possibility.
It just seems to come from that direction.
And then they went in and did the tests and stuff.
Out behind us is the city of Albuquerque, if you guys are visiting. A tall group of buildings, a little over to the left, will be the downtown area of Albuquerque. Where the trees and houses end all the way over on the left is the beginning of the airport and the Air Force Base. And where the trees and houses end all the way on the right over here is the beginning of the Sandia Pueblo. Up in front of us will be tower number 1. We're going to go over 2 towers on our way to the top. And each time we go over a tower, it's going to be a little bit of swinging forwards and backwards. So make sure you get your balance here or hang on to something if you need to as we go over the tower.
The first tower. Oh my god.
That's right over there is where on the right hand side of the right windows, you'll see a big boulder on a hilltop. Looks like it's teed up for someone. We call that golf ball rock. And to get a sense of scale out here, that's about 2 times the size of this tram car. So all the boulders you see out in the distance are really, really big. They just look small from far away. This tram was built from 1964 to 66 with the original intention of bringing skiers up from the city, cutting down about an hour drive to the back from downtown to just a 7-minute trip by tram. Although we don't get as much snow as we used to, so there's not much skiing going on these days. We only got about 30 inches of snow last year in the winter instead of the annual average being around 110 inches. So the ski field was only open for around 3 weeks. But it does still open every winter. It'll be on the back side of the mountain at the top where we land. Down below us here, this is all considered Upper Sonoran Desert. That's why there's not too many things moving around. Not many trees, just a lot of cacti and some small bushes. Because not much water makes it down here to the Sonoran Desert. But as we go up and up, we're going to go through 4 ecological zones, catching more and more rainfall year over year. So you will see more and more trees. As we begin to go over these pine trees out in front of us, that means we're at around 7,500 feet now and headed into a transition ecological zone. These are all pinyon pines underneath us. That's New Mexico's state tree. The pinyon pine produces a pine cone with many, many pine nuts inside. They're very fatty and nutritious, a major food source for the animals in the forest. And people enjoy them too. They're very tasty. Salads or pesto, anything like that. You might have seen some folks selling them on the side of the road as you drove in.
Climbing now is really high.
front of us is called Whiskey Ridge. This is a granite ridge line that spans the whole mountain from top to bottom. To get up and over it, we're going to cross our second and final tower to get over the ridge. So once again, we'll have a little swing and sway. Make sure you get your balance as we approach the tower. And the windsock has 20-mile-an-hour winds right now. If we start swinging side to side more than 4 inches, I'll call our driver just to give him a heads up. But it shouldn't be a problem. We can swing up to 24 inches, so not that exciting yet. So they'll be slowing down a lot as we approach the tower. All right, Tower 2 is built with 2,000 helicopter trips.
Oh my gosh.
1964, since there's no road up here. To complete the whole tramway, it took over 5,000 helicopter trips in 2 years. Our sister tram cars out in front of us, a little on the left. The blue tram car number 1. The 2 tram cars share the same drive cable, that's our center wire above our heads. So we always go the same speed as one another. One always goes down to help pull the other one up. And as soon as we're side by side, that means we're at the halfway point.
That means it's like soup.
Yeah, that means. So since we're attached to that same cable, when they slow down to go over the towers, so will we. We'll be slowing down for a couple seconds, and when they disappear over the horizon, we'll pick back up to full speed.
Oh my gosh.
This also marks our high point above ground along the way. We're about 1,000 feet, 300 meters above the
Oh
ground
my
here.
gosh.
Weather's good. Fine.
Yeah, we all wrong,
right?
And we all learned that they actually have a map. They can like deploy.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought they had.
This next canyon's named Echo Canyon.
That was part of the news.
You notice it's a lot greener than the last one we went over. That's because Echo Canyon has water year-round. There's a spring up the hill from us. There's always a little water trickling down there, keeping everything nice and green. Also makes it a good spot to look for the wildlife. We do have around 170 black bears in the Sandias, as well as things like mule deer, coyotes, mountain lions, and your smaller forest creatures, things like bobcats, foxes, porcupines, skunks, a variety of birds and reptiles. So keep an eye out for things moving around. It's one of the only spots they can get a drink of water year-round. We're also now up into Canadian forest. You'll see a mix of fir and spruce trees down there. The lighter green trees with circular leaves would be the first aspens we're seeing. The white trunk trees.
But they're all like, they just want like yeah, the growing season's so small.
All the pink stone that surrounds us is granite, making the Sandias Mountains. This granite was molten and cooled under the Earth's crust around 1.4 billion years ago. And then it got pushed up along a geological rift around 25 million years ago to make these mountains. There's also a different type of stone at the very, very top. You'll see a gray stone stacked in layers. All that is limestone, and it's what remains of the Pennsylvania Sea. Before these mountains got pushed into the air, it was all flat and underwater 300 million years ago as part of the Pennsylvania Sea. But as that sea dried out and the layers compressed, it formed the limestone that still spans the top of the mountain. So if you do go for a hike today, definitely have a look at the gray stones by your feet. There's lots of small aquatic fossils mixed in the limestone. But all this pink granite is how the mountain got its name. It looks pink in the afternoon. In the sunset, it glows a beautiful red color. When the Spanish first walked through here, they thought the mountains glowing red in the sunset, with the green trees mixed in, looked like a cracked open watermelon. And so they named it the Sandias, Sandia meaning watermelon in Spanish, mountains. So these are the watermelon mountains. This will be our last slowdown as the other cabin goes over the first tower down by the base. And once they go over the tower, we'll pick back up to full speed. Up at the top here, the red observation deck will be out on the left. You can see about 9% of the state of New Mexico from the observation deck, or 11,000 square miles in a circle. At the base of the deck, there'll be a closed restaurant. The Tinsley restaurant, unfortunately, is closed on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But there's also a variety of hiking trails at the base of the staircase. If you're looking for a hike today, just have a look at the maps in the upper terminal. The National Forest Service has posted maps there. We have things ranging from 3/4 of a mile nature loop, just fun to see some of those fossils, the wildlife and vegetation up here, to very long and challenging hikes if you're looking for that. So just have a look at those maps in the upper terminal before you leave. There is about 30% less oxygen at the top, so take your time moving around as you get acclimated. Drink lots and lots of water. If you guys need water or restrooms or a bench to just hang out for a while, they'll be at our upper terminal building as well, straight in front of us as we dock. It's also where you head back down the mountain. You just got to show your ticket at the upper terminal when you're ready to go down. You can take any tram back down. They'll be running every 20 minutes or so. You just got to show your ticket. They'll get you checked in so you can head back down. You have until 8:30 p.m., so plenty of time to enjoy the mountain. We'll have a couple bumps as we get straightened out to dock, one on each side to straighten us up, and a big bump at the finish as we hit the stop. So make sure you get your balance here before we start docking. Here comes that big bump at the finish as we hit the stop. And we've made it. Once the wheels quit turning,